Hey, Mr. Fred Moon.
Hey.
I see you're about to ingest my money, but I paid $70 for Mortal Kombat 1. I just kind of feel like I paid for a free-to-play game. The game is just lacking content. There's nothing to do.
You got story mode, you got combat league, and invasions.
I just feel like maybe we shouldn't be paying for skins. And especially the classic skins, they should just already be in the game. And what about fatalities? Why are they $12?
Look, you bought the game. You seem to be the only one having the problem.
Hey Fred, why are the fatalities $12?
Get the fuck out.
All right. I'm a slice of beef lasagna. Lately, I've been making a bunch of videos about Mortal Kombat because Mortal Kombat is just, something that I like following, whatever. I'm not going to get into that. You already know if you've seen the other videos. With this cycle of Mortal Kombat, there's clearly a divide happening. They're really killing their fan base right now. There's a lot of upset people in the Mortal Kombat community. There's a lot of discourse. I'll put it this way. Maybe there's a shift in the fan base right now. It's just not the same. It's like the spirit of what made Mortal Kombat has left. I have been following a YouTuber by the name of Fate. Fight all thy enemies. Infinite Retro.
Eat my hairy asshole.
Australian bald man. Professional dickhead. There are things that I agree with on this guy. There are things that I disagree with. But that's besides the point. Like, there's a lot of backstory I have to give to all this, so please bear with me. You have three different parts of this community, I feel like. You have the pros, you have the shills, and you have the casual. And, I feel like these communities haven't really ever collided until this moment. There's always been this odd aura around all of Mortal Kombat and how it's been changing. And Fate has been bringing attention to this. After all of these things that he's been shouting out about Mortal Kombat, WB, and NRS and WB sicked their dogs on him, basically. Not really, JK. It's finally a discussion is being held. Things are being brought to the table. NRS and WB are using specific YouTubers in order to promote their game. You pat my back, I pat yours type thing. Skipping over the bad things, trying to say more positive things about the game, trying to be more enticing to people just to get them to buy it, enough to get them to buy it. That's the way the world works, baby. Money. oDittle is a Mortal Kombat pro player. I watched his tier list and that's about it. So I don't really know much about the guy. I'm going to take a look at this video and see what the fuck is going on. Oh yeah, let's go. You ready? I'm not.
One of your main selling points to, to what you bring to your YouTube videos is defensive options, right? You think that Mortal Kombat took away all the defensive options that the casual player or player in general have, right?
Pretty much.
Okay, so like what? Just give me one example.
As a direct example, MK11. The wake-ups in this game don't seem as strong because they can be knocked out with a two-hitter. So if you've got a character like Baraka doing a two-hit kick, that close-up one that he does, that can knock you out of your armored wake-up.
And this is where it's obvious that you really don't know what you're talking about when it comes to even just general gameplay mechanics. Yep. You bring up the talking point, okay, you can break armor. That's a thing in every fighting game. You
got to remember that people aren't pro players in general.
Okay, so do I personally think there's anything wrong with the game's mechanics? No. I just think Johnny Cage needs to be nerfed maybe a little bit.
That's where your whole disconnect is. You keep bringing up this argument of 400, 500 damage combos. Every fighting game ever has had way more than 400 and 500 damaging combos. You bring up the classics like Marvel vs. Capcom. There was fucking infinites in that game that you could not get out of.
The issue is that the high damage combos can be done at a very, very basic level in this game. You can press like 2 buttons and get a 40% combo.
There's so many defensive options within MK1. So many.
Well,
And that's the thing that you don't even begin to unwrap all of them. You think up block is useless, which is crazy. Up block is busted as a mechanic.
Never seen anyone use it.
It's used all the time. You just don't look.
Where?
That's the problem. What do you mean where? Everywhere.
I don't see it when I play alone.
That's because you're at a low level.
No,
that's the thing. You are.
So let's talk about Fate's skill level in Mortal Kombat. I honestly haven't really seen a lot of his gameplay, but a little bit that I have seen in Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah, Fate's not very good. What Fate does have, though, in my personal opinion, I think he does have an understanding of like what makes a fighting game like fun. He is an enthusiast for fighting games, so I think that's very important to consider.
I know what the up block looks like. I've just never seen anyone do it. And if
you don't know how it works either.
So yeah, I do.
Okay, what does it do?
The up block.
See that quizzing shit again. I don't like. We all know what a fucking up block is. You fucking use the up block and it blocks overheads. What the fuck?
And then once you do that, you can then launch straight from that position using 2 bars. Correct? No?
No, that's after you do an uppercut.
Yeah, right.
So that's actually what you're talking about. Is you uppercut them, you down 2 them, and then you're able to launch with 2 bars. That's not what the up block mechanic is. Essentially what up block does is anytime a character jumps in on you, anytime they come in with a jump attack, a jump punch, a jump kick, if you do an up block, every single time, they're going to be so negative on block that you can punish them with any button, any combo, any super, anything you want to do. That's your defensive option for anyone ever jumping in on you.
But no one,
you just up block.
But no one jumps online in competitive.
What are you what are you saying?
You know how I know that? Because that's what
How?
I've seen pro people say. Okay, not knowing one mechanic doesn't mean that everything I say is wrong, right?
That's what I'm
just
saying, man. Like,
are you saying I'm a liar?
No, I'm not saying you're a liar. I think you just spew a lot of bullshit.
But
Doesn't
that's
mean
saying
you're
I'm a
lying.
liar.
I think that you take a point that you believe in and you exacerbate it, and then you fucking bring controversy in, and it brings views. And that's what I'm saying. You think we have NRS on our side, bro? Like, dude, we can't even get money for a pro. We can't even get money for a pro competition. There's no one ever, not even Sonic Fox, has NRS in their ear.
Really?
I promise you this.
Really?
I promise you this.
And that is exactly the reason why I say what I say. Because what I see is people who get looked down upon and told to shut up and just consume because they pay for something, they say they're unhappy with it, and everyone just tells them, shut up, get good, it's a skill issue, and move the fuck on.
Because you think that the casual base gets online, they get destroyed, right? The majority of casual players do not care. They buy the game to play with their little brothers or little sisters and to smash buttons all day. That's the casual base.
No, it's not.
Your base, yes, it is.
No, it's
your
not.
base is the base that tries to be competitive, tries to understand what it is, but you don't want to put in the work and then you just complain.
Well, I never got hit by 400, 500 damage combos when I ever played MK11 or MK9.
What? Bro, Cyrex and MK9 had a 100% reset. Cabal was doing 60% damage on chip.
Listen, I know this might be really hard to understand, but like, not everyone was at the top.
This is where oDittle, as the pro player, should be bridging that gap. He should be understanding that Cabal did do whatever 60 damage on chip, but at a lower level, that shouldn't be happening. Like Fate said, even my entire time playing Mortal Kombat X, I did not regularly run into people doing 40 to 50% combos.
Right, you make one mistake, right?
Right.
And because the combo system is so overpowered, and the chip damage is so overpowered naturally, one mistake costs you half your health. You think that's fun?
No. I don't care if it's fun or not. My question to you is, what fighting game has ever not done that? You can't always be this hateful person, bro.
No, oh, you think I'm hateful, dude?
Like, I don't even have to bring up all of the hateful shit you said about Sonic Fox. Like, come on.
What hateful stuff did I say about Sonic Fox?
But you also called Sonic Fox a degenerate for being a furry.
Yes.
Why? Why does that make you a degenerate?
What I read over here in the fucking chat is a man in a fox suit. You fucking kidding me? When it comes to Sonic Fox, I just don't listen to the guy. We all know he's a furry. I mean, it's degenerate behavior because it goes against the norm. That's all it is. And that's not to say this or that or the other. Degenerate just means it goes against the norm.
And here's the thing. I you know, and again, I'm trying to keep this completely respectful because this is your YouTube channel, and I do appreciate you letting me on. But a lot of your issue is that you want to be a little bit competitive within fighting games, but you don't want to put in the time.
Dude, you don't have to be competitive to have fun, but also push yourself to say, you know what, I'm going to try and do better myself.
If you want to get better, you have to put in the work at anything in life. Anything.
Yes, but that's how
Right.
this is how I fight. This is how I fight with every fighting game out there, right?
And that's why you're bad at all of them.
No, I'm not.
All of them. You are, though.
What's a fun?
Right? You have flawless blocking. You have hub blocking. You have wake up armor. You have, let's see.
Wake up armor is useless.
Wake up armor is not useless.
It
There's
is to
only a
me.
couple of moves within the game. Right. It is to you because you don't know the game. You're talking about Baraka's kick move, right?
Pick up delays too.
And read my opponent and read what my opponent does.
Yeah.
If Baraka does that move and you delay your wake up, which is another defensive option,
Yeah, I know. Hold down. Yep.
you can fully.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know, man. At this point, it's kind of just clear that yeah, maybe Fate isn't the best at really like articulating his ideas.
And that's where the disconnect is. You don't know what you're talking about.
Cool. So, as far as I'm concerned, punching or doing some sort of damage to someone, as far as I'm concerned, is a punish.
No, and see, that's where you've not done the tutorial. And I know you've not done the tutorial. That's not what a punish is at all.
I can show you. Like, if, for example, somebody does, like, for example, Scorpion's Harpoon, right?
Scorpion spear.
Or, yeah, Harpoon Spear, whatever you want to call it, you know, depending on which game you look at.
What do you mean, which game? It's always been a spear.
It's sometimes been referred to as a harpoon as well. I don't mean like a harpoon, like a stick.
Never has it been referred to as a harpoon.
Anyway.
What?
Without looking it up, me personally, I swear there's a game where it's called Harpoon Spear, and I think it's Deadly Alliance. That's without looking it up. Holy shit. Nope, spear. But here, it's the fatality. There you go. Harpoon decapitation. Scorpion's spear. I think we're just talking to a bald Australian man, and he's thinking about being, you know, out in the lake and shooting that damn thing. You heard how oDittle switched up though. He was like maybe one time though, just in case.
Never. Well, actually, no. One time. And
You know why it's called a... It is like night and day in terms of features, quality of life, options. It is ridiculous. It's like a mobile game. It's hilariously bad, and so many people are seeing that. I've stated
No, I
that.
want to know what. I would just give me one statement of what's bad about the game.
A lack of content. A lack of NRS's ability to innovate, because Invasions just ain't it.
I'm gonna say something to you. You're not gonna believe it, but Mortal Kombat 1, as it stands right now, is the most balanced NRS game to date.
He's on the money, straight up. Like this is by far the first time in a Mortal Kombat game where there's only like really one or two things that really bother me when I'm playing.
Really, truly, honestly cared about the future of the game or the vision of the game, you would at least understand the game at a fundamental level.
Okay, so what you're saying is that everyone has to think the same as you.
I guarantee you, the least they could do is do a fucking tutorial.
I think overall this is just a conversation about just being heard. Mortal Kombat has just not been feeling like it cares about its fans at all.
Even if they were shills, what the fuck does that matter at the end of the day?
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter in the sense that I can just not buy the game and just go about my day. What do you mean, what does it matter? It's not a good thing to have shills on this game. Anybody who bought this game got finessed straight up. Nothing's gonna change if we don't do anything, because this is like a tipping point for me, man. This is one of my favorite franchises is gone. Like God of War is already gone. I'm sorry. I don't fucking like God of War. OG all the way.
Bro, it's a fighting game.
It's got nothing. It is a fighting game.
We're
And
killing each other.
Whenever you're talking about fighting, I guarantee you've never seen one woman fight in a bikini with triple D titties and an 8-pack.
Yeah, like honestly, that's I don't even think it's like, I get it's like an aesthetic choice or whatever, but it's like it's not our choice to make. You know what? At the end of the day, I'm about the preservation of art. As a fan, I want to preserve the legacy of what Mortal Kombat is. And I feel like if you're going to do these costumes, you should do them right, especially if you're trying to sell them for money. Just it looks very cluttered compared to the negative space that is given from her bare skin, because they know that these skins will make money. But god damn it, if you're going to make the skins, then make the fucking skins. Like, it's an M-rated game, right? Like the M rating now is just for excessive gore, which honestly, I'm starting to get to a point where like I don't even want to I don't want to look at that. Just why cover up the bare stomach at least? That's my thing. I'm good with the pants, honestly. I really am, but I feel like the belt, it's just it literally looks like you're just trying to cover it up. It doesn't flow at all, in my opinion. Like, what the fuck is that fucking belt? But yeah, I really, my main focus is the artistic integrity of whatever the original design. And honestly, why the fuck didn't you guys just do this? Y'all just had to go and cause fucking issues and do the one that were gonna piss people off. Why did y'all, why? And see, this is shit like this. Shit like this is what is really annoying me about Mortal Kombat. Because if that's what y'all want to do, y'all want to cover up the fucking women. Like, I don't care if that's what's going on. I really don't care. Just give it to the fucking fans. If you like this just makes all of this a fucking eyesore. It just looks stupid. It just looks like you guys purposely covered it up. Like, if you're not going to do it right, just don't do it. There is some artistic integrity here when you look at it. There is a fucking fluidity of the balance of the skin that is being shown. Like, you guys are just ruining the original artist's work. This is just lazy. If you're not going to do it right, don't do it.
Always the ones going, yeah, man, fuck yeah, we're gonna have blood, guts, fatalities, hot chicks, buff dudes. You know, because the dudes are half naked in this game, but that's okay.
Whoa, what, dude? We're gonna do what to the dudes?
By the way, I'm showing you my, I've done the basics, I've done offense, I've done defense, I've done frame data, I've done the combos. The only thing I haven't done left is positioning, challenges, and pressure. But pressure is, well, whatever. Right, so yeah.
I think you need to do it again.
Oh, okay, so now that I've shown you that I've done it, right, it's not good enough, okay.
I mean, I'm sure, like I said, first of all, you've not done the whole thing, so don't get it twisted. You've not done the challenges. You're only actually 68% complete with the tutorial, so you've not completed it.
Yeah, but
you've actually, okay, so right there. Block pressure not completed. Block pressure.
Yeah.
Wow, your defensive options. Okay, like I said, Russ Polt wants it on your podcast. That would be a great one if you want him, but I gotta go. Later.
If you've made it to this part of the video, there's a lot going on in the Mortal Kombat community right now. I wanted to cover this full stream, but you know, I wanted to get this video out before it becomes like irrelevant, essentially. I mean, I think this conversation is going to keep on happening because of Fate, but I didn't want to cover Foxy Grandpa's section because it kind of just covers over the same thing oDittle covers over. But I did want to do the Brust Poet one, so that's definitely going to come eventually. But yeah, it's just, it takes a lot of time to do this because I'm just doing it by myself. I'm kind of just learning as I go. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think.